There are people in the world that will try to convince you that brain fog cannot be cured. I completely disagree in relation to what I've seen in the last 15 years. And today, we're going to dive deep into these key steps to heal brain fog for good. Let's go. Welcome to the Anxiety Guy YouTube channel, my friends. Please subscribe and hit the bell for all the notifications to my videos. And if you want to learn more about any of my anxiety recovery programs, click here at any point in the video. Now, today we are diving deep into brain fog, right? I want to lay out the symptoms. I want to lay out why this is happening to you. And I want to lay out towards the end of this video the key steps that you have to implement starting today to put brain fog away for good. Because in truth, if we have unconsciously and consciously created and perpetuated this brain fog, then we can take it away and clear the fog. We can become mentally clear. We can become physiologically at peace and at ease. But first, let's understand what it's like to go through this kind of brain fog coupled with anxiety. Okay, so first and foremost, there's mental confusion, right? There's mental confusion. There's a lot of configuring going on. You don't know what you should order from the menu at the restaurant. You don't know whether you're driving correctly or not. You always seem like you're confused mentally. There are short-term memory lapses. So, you'll place your keys somewhere on the table just like 30 seconds ago, and then you're going, where are my keys, right? Or you're wearing your hat and you're about to go to the shopping mall. You're like, oh, where did I put my hat? Oh, it's on my head. So you're going to get these short-term memory lapses. And what I've found that's really important with this is just to be really gentle on yourself when you have these short-term memory lapses, right? Where sometimes you laugh at it, but you don't berate yourself because of these, because it's all kind of hand in hand with the brain fog, right? There's a heaviness in the head. It's not so much like it's a migraine, but with this brain fog and anxiety, there's always this feeling of heaviness, like you're carrying, a boulder on your head. It always feels really, really heavy. There's an inability to make sense of things in the outside world, like you're seeing them, hearing them, feeling them, but there's this detachment from them, right? You just can't seem to grasp what it is that you are sensing in the outside world. There's that. It's often coupled with dizziness, right? So if you're going through the dizziness and the brain fog and the anxiety and the chronic fatigue, right? These are very, very common. And as I mentioned, the chronic fatigue tends to perpetuate the brain fog. We're going, oh, we're so fatigued. Oh, and I got the brain fog. Oh, and I got the dizziness. So you must understand that it's very, very easy to fall into that ditch of victimhood. Very easy, because it's kind of the way the brain wants you to be, because for so many months or years, this is the way things have been, and therefore it wants to work very, very efficiently and sees no reason for you to become someone different. So we have to understand why this is happening. Why to you? Why is this brain fog and anxiety happening to you? Well, high-functioning individuals experience brain fog due to high self-standards. Yeah, right. You're going, oh yeah, that's me, right? So you can't seem to do something normally, right? If you're playing like a sport with someone and you're just going out recreationally and socially, you're like, oh, I gotta do this really, really well. And then you berate yourself if you made a mistake. For example, basketball, how could I miss that shot, right? So you've got very, very high standards for yourself in many aspects of your life. This is a high functioning individual. Does that sound like you? If it does, comment below. This also happens because there's sensory overload going on. Sensory overload occurs when the brain receives more input than it can process. and this leads to feelings of overwhelm. So because there's been so much confusion in your life, and because you haven't been able to simplify things in relation to what things mean in the outside world, there's sensory overload. So the brain is basically working overtime, right? It's not like other people's brains where they're going about the day going, oh, that's a tree, right? And the tree is swaying because of the wind. No, no, no. Your brain, because you're sensory overload, you're looking at the tree going, the tree is big, the tree is fat, and the tree has these kinds of colors, and the tree is swaying. The swaying might lead to the tree falling on me, so I have to walk very, very quickly. I don't like that tree. So there's so much information that you are inputting based on what it is you are seeing, hearing, and feeling. But once we start to simplify these things, this means X, this means Y, then the brain isn't as overloaded as it once was, right? Why else? Well, a single or repeated traumatic event can cause brain fog and anxiety by overwhelming the brain. And this disrupts your cognitive functions. It creates hypervigilance, right? You see that a lot with health anxiety sufferers. And this heightens the stress responses, which leads to confusion and mental fatigue. So yes, if you had a singular event, especially like a panic attack or an anxiety attack, it is possible that it started there. It is also possible if there were repeated events, for example, childhood traumas ongoing, and these are kinds of like bricks being laid one on top of another, creating all of this turmoil and chaos within mind and body, right? So yes. Now, I want you to understand, first and foremost, that the brain fog is not there to destroy you. It's not there to make your life worse. What you're realizing is that the brain fog is creating a sense of limiting your life. So the brain fog is limiting your life, and that's what it feels like it needs to do. Because the more you put yourself out there, the more the system feels like there may be a mistake coming up, right? So the brain fog is there to keep you from engaging with strangers, or to do something outside your comfort zone, or to start a new business because you may fail at it, and you may experience the same amount of emotional overload you did once. So the brain fog, just like so many of these symptoms, are there because of protective measures. Now that you understand that, how do you see the brain fog compared to how you saw it before, right? Very, very crucial distinction there. Now, in my working with people through my programs, one-on-ones, and doing talks, I've recognized a few keys that we have to implement in order to get to a better place with this brain fog. Okay, so before I get into them, understand that these aren't quick fixes. You're not going to overcome this overnight. You didn't get a sensitized nervous system overnight, and you're not going to regulate it overnight. Because this is the key, you must see this as a journey and a process. Okay, so first we check in with our mindset and make sure that we're not in doership. The more I do, or the more rapidly I do something, maybe I'll get the reward quicker, right? So we're leaving doership, and we're understanding that we're going through a process of healing here. So the first thing is to spend more time in environments where the brain doesn't have to process too much information. So nature rather than a busy street or a busy cafe or a busy shopping mall, right? You can see the difference in how the brain can start to slowly change its associations and not work so hard. So spend time where you feel like things are simple. Spend time where you feel like you're not overloading your brain and overloading your body. There's so many people that come to me in my programs and say, Dennis, I don't know why I haven't spent more time near the beach. I sit on the bench, I'm looking at the sand, I'm looking at the water, and I'm just taking in my surroundings. Great, that's exactly what I'm talking about. When you do things like that regularly, you're not placing so much pressure on your brain to try to configure every little thing going on, and therefore the nervous system starts to feel safer, right? So that's number one, and it's really, really important, okay? Number two is I want you to identify your internal self-talk that needs to change, right? So you're moving from victimhood to self-compassion. Maybe you're even going, oh, I got the brain fog, right? Can I see through the fog, right? So these sorts of things that you do can bring a sense of ease and lightness to it. As much as I know how debilitating this symptom is, we have to understand that when we are very critical towards the symptom and critical towards ourself and our healing, it makes it worse. So what you have to do is to limit that amount of victimhood and negative self-talk and bring in compassion. Words like, I will heal in time. This is great. It brings a sense of gentleness and ease towards the journey. Or, it's okay for me to make mistakes. Or, it's okay for this symptom to be here today, right? So when the lower self or inner child brings up a perfectionist type of an idea or a very limiting idea, you can counter that with an idea that says, hey, you know, we don't live there anymore. We're okay with the symptom for now, right? We are in the healing process, and I love you so very much for protecting me through this brain fog. But now I'm going to start doing things that I limited myself to from the past, okay? So self-talk is absolutely important. Carry a journal around, it helps a lot. Finally, prioritize your sleep schedule and take mini vacations throughout the day. Get to bed at 10:30 every night. Get to bed at 11 every night. Get up at the same time every night. If your system is taking some time to adjust to this new routine, allow it to adjust. Don't beat yourself up going, oh, it's not working, I can't sleep, these sorts of things. Forget all that, right? That's your past. That's the old you. Start a sleep schedule because it's very important to reset your circadian rhythm. A lot of times after 10, 10:30, 11, we get our second wind. Oh, of course I'll watch that reality show. Oh, do you want to start a movie? Oh, we should order some snacks. Oh, is there any pizza left over from last night? No, 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 no. You're going to bed at 10:30, 11 every night from now on because you need that level of deep and long-lasting sleep to heal at a mental, emotional, and physical level. Sleep is one of the, if not the most important things here, okay? And secondly, I mentioned mini vacations throughout the day. This could be anything from something you do for 30 seconds to like 30 minutes. It doesn't matter. It's like a nap or a mini or a meditation laying down or sitting, whatever you're comfortable with. It's a gentle walk. It's putting on your earbuds and not listening to anything but the silence, right? These are mini vacations throughout the day that you can take in order to continue to show the nervous system that living life is safe. Because right now the brain is interpreting everything as being dangerous just in case something goes wrong. But it's our job starting today to go, hey brain, I know you've been under this program for so long, and I know that my brain is very plastic and changeable no matter what age I'm at. So I'm going to start proving to you mentally, emotionally, and behaviorally that this world is safe to go through. We can do challenging things and we can do them in a very safe manner. Now, when you understand the symptoms, when you understand why this is happening, and when you put to practice these 3 key steps regularly, you will begin the process of healing your brain fog and regulating your nervous system. Now, if you want more than this, and you want something where I give you daily tasks every single day, go to theanxietyguy.com under DPDR program or health anxiety program and start those programs, because those have daily tasks. I literally walk you by the hand every single day and tell you exactly what to do to eliminate this, my friends, okay? I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Have a wonderful day, and remember that you are more than anxiety. Give this video a like, comment. I'd love to hear from you. Let's chat. See you soon.